Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Facebook Live on this Thursday evening. Okay, today we have invited with us Managing Director of Ho Travel Service, which is based in Singapore, one of the oldest and largest travel agency in Singapore. And yeah, all thanks to Tourism Authority of Thailand for linking us up. And so basically today we'll be discussing about the new normal for tour group travels. And then we will also be talking about some of the popular cities and provinces of Thailand, which Ho is specialized in. And one of them is Khao, which is the province where you can see the cloud below you. So yeah, if you are here, do stay tuned as we find out more from the managing director himself. And also, we will also be telling you what we feel are the new normal for tour group travels when everything reopen. All right. Yeah, do share this video with all your friends and let them know about the travel industry, especially if you are staying in Singapore. This will be interesting for you because I mean it's not only related to Thailand. If you are traveling to other places other than Thailand, this might also be applicable. Right. Yeah. So without further ado, let me introduce you our guest speaker today, Managing Director of Ho, Mr. Marshall. Hi, Marshall.
Good evening, Wilbert. Thank you for having me. Good evening to you, and good evening to you all. Hope you had a wonderful
Yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining our Q&A.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
All right. So maybe for the first one, maybe you would like to introduce more about yourself and about Ho Travel.
Well, basically, I'm the second gen of Namho Travel itself. My dad actually founded the company. Okay. As for I would say we are the oldest still in operating travel agent in Singapore. We have like 62 years of history. So we have our company has both inbound and outbound travel itself. So I think it would make us really a complete travel agent, not only by outbound or just by inbound. We're complete where we serve passengers going overseas and coming into Singapore at the same time.
Okay. Right, interesting. So maybe okay, let's go to some topics which might be of interest maybe to myself and also our viewers.
No
Yeah.
problem.
So Okay, for a lot of young travelers, when we go to travel, we like to plan for ourselves. We like to do free and easy travel. So actually,
Mm,
for short destinations such as Thailand, do
mm.
travelers really still use travel agency?
Well, it's a good question. Yes, and yes. How they use travel agency or why they would still use travel agency? First of all, it depends on the age group. A youngster, why
Mm,
they use travel agencies are because there are places of interest that it is almost impossible or very difficult for them to get from point A to point B. And
mm,
like for example, if we want to go somewhere, maybe in Muar, we use Malaysia for an example, which most
mm,
people would be more familiar with. You can't take a bus from. It's not so easy to take a bus from, from Bugis up to Muar
mhm,
itself. You probably need to go to, Johor, somewhere to
mhm,
take another transfer yourself to Muar. So being having I think basically youngster come to travel agent mainly because of the transport itself, number one. Number two, there are specific hotels that travel agent is able to get certain more preferential rates compared to what you might see online. Not often,
mm,
but it does happen. And what we do sometimes, we are able to also help the our passengers to do, maybe you want to do some bonding, a surprise for, your fiance. You want to surprise her by proposing, that. So if you were to
mhm,
do yourself, you can't get the public suddenly, to help you. But we will try to find people who can help you with such things. So then we will make
oh,
your surprise wonderful. For That's for the youngster, and for the seniors, some of them, even like youngsters, probably have parents who are, of age lah. So I mean, quite in age, quite old in age. So basically, they will feel more secure if their parents are actually with a travel agent, because they probably are too
mm,
busy with their work. So um, them have being a travel agent taking care of them, they feel much safer. And the seniors, they do not want to go to adventurous things. They are not going like, say,
mhm,
I want to sit down and drink coffee. They actually, typical seniors, they would love to sit on a vehicle and,
mm,
really tour the place. They not necessary for them to get down at every
mm.
stop. They enjoy seeing the scenery of all these wonderful places.
Mm, true, true. Yeah,
Yeah.
so these are really some limitations that if we do free and easy, it's hard to get. Like
Yes,
sitting
yes,
on
yes.
the bus to visit all the sceneries.
Mm. You
True,
probably
yeah.
have to change a lot of buses. And also, like what you say, we have now have a lot of families, small families, and they
Mm,
want to make sure like their like kids prams, they don't want to get on and off the public transport. As long as as long as it's affordable, they don't mind doing it, you see. So, put
mm,
everything on the vehicle, and then we will move off places and places. If not, you have to think, because we have so much stress in our daily work already, so why not just pay a travel agent to, get it done for
relax.
me. Yeah, relax and enjoy the
Mm,
scenery. Hmm.
yeah, true, true, true. All
Hmm.
right. Yeah, I also understand that Namho does a lot of Thai itineraries to Thailand, right?
Yes,
Such
we have.
as Khao and also Khao Yai.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe you can talk a bit about Khao because I think in this recent 2 years, I think I see uh, a lot of people citing interest in these places.
Hmm.
Yeah, so
Well,
actually to go to Khao, right? Can we
hmm.
get there from Bangkok, or we need to fly
Oh, we will fly
domestic?
in from Bangkok itself.
Hmm.
It's a 3 hour, if I'm not wrong, should be a 3 hour drive from Bangkok itself. It's the opposite direction of so if you put Bangkok in the middle, um, whichever position you feel you are in, they are of if it's Khao on the right hand side, Khao Yai is on the opposite side. So it's difficult to put Khao and Khao Yai to
Yeah.
travel together. And that's why it makes both the destinations so uniquely different from one another because of the geographical distance. So the terrain, the scenery, the weather, it's very different. Khao it's a place where you know where you love to see if you are a cloud. I mean, if you like just now when you first started, right? You was mentioning that the sea of clouds. I think that's the terminology used. The sea of clouds
Yeah.
is something wonderful. It makes you feel so fairy tale like and feel so light that or for me, because I've been there last year, I think that wow, suddenly I felt that the world became so clean. Clouds are so white, so nice. And if you have a cup of coffee just on top, it actually livens your day up.
True. There's a few nice cafes there also, right?
Oh yes, and they're very. I mean, they're very affordable. And the cafes are very Instagrammable. Mm,
That's
very
good.
nice.
So
Yes.
usually for such a trip to Khao, how many days does your package uh,
Well,
entail?
for Khao for us, we first of all, before I go too far, Khao this type of places should these places should not have too big a vehicle going up. So normally our
Mm,
passengers who goes up there are taking on like a private van, and we try
mm,
even though our van can seat up to 9 people.
yeah.
But we try not to put so much of them in the vehicle. The reason being because we are going for holiday. We will bring luggages. We're not domestic
Mm,
travel, so there are luggages which we have to bring. So some of the space we have to accommodate for the places for that, and because of that, so normally for Khao we try not to go beyond a 5 days tour. Because
mm,
Singaporeans going to Khao it's such a relaxing pace place. You should do
yeah.
it very relaxed. So when like what you say, there are so many cafes up there, right? So for
Mm,
myself, when I went there, I even though I'm a travel agent, I couldn't help myself in like really having a cup of coffee, some desserts. There was a cafe somewhere near the temple, where they are
mm.
very famous for their mango dessert. So I actually spent about an hour and a half, enjoying a cup of coffee, the scenery with the mango dessert down there with my business partner lah. Mm,
Mm.
yes,
Wow, sounds so chill.
very chill, and there are a lot of them. There are a lot of them. You'll be
Yeah,
surprised. Yes. Mm.
cool, man. Oh yeah, for those who are watching, if you would like to go to Calco, together with B and maybe a travel agency such as Namho, maybe you can comment in the comment box below. If there are
Mm.
like a lot of people interested, maybe we can work something out. Yeah, so do comment in the comment box below,
Please do, please do.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. So if you are planning to go to visit Thailand and if you have family members, you are lazy to plan the itinerary. I think yeah, like what Marshall said, the travel agency really will help you to ease a lot of troubles. And I think especially when the market reopens after COVID-19, I think there are a lot more how to say restrictions and all that. So I think travel agency will have that all planned out, and we will hear from Marshall what he thinks will be the new normal later on in this discussion. Right, let me take a look at the comments. Let's see if we have any comments from the floor. Okay. So we have a comment from Ray. When can I fly without 14 days to Thailand? Okay, I think for this call for this question, both of us have no answer for you. Marshall, you don't have any answers, right?
Question mark. Could you put the logos around my head
Mm,
also? I would like to know
yeah,
myself too.
yeah.
Mm.
Let's see. Okay. Oh, yeah, Eddie mentioned he wants to go Khao with Luba and Namho. All right, all right.
Thank you,
One
thank you, thank you,
supporter.
thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right. Okay. Yeah. If you have any questions, do feel free to comment in the comment box below. We will answer them as we go. Right. So let's move on to the next question. Okay. Now the next question will be more related to the current situation. So what's the current situation for Namho? And how has COVID-19 impacted your business?
Well, the situation is I mean not good. We cannot operate at all.
Mm,
So that's quite a stressful period for all of us. However, we actually take this opportunity to improve our business. We are building up contents within our so that when the market recovers, we'll be able to service our customer even better. We're also doing retraining to our colleagues with the subsidies that the government are giving. At the same time, we're also doing internal training to make sure our colleagues would be able to handle the customers' inquiries even better should when, like I said, the market recovers itself. We have also
mm,
given this chance have also given us a, opportunity to to visit if there are businesses that we can help the customers. Should if you have anything in good from Thailand you want to sell to Singapore, okay, you can just approach us. We can help you to redistribute your uh items where probably some Singaporeans, since they cannot go to Thailand, probably such things would cheer them up, for people who in Thailand. If you could approach us, we will help you to distribute them. Mm.
already. If I want to sell some Thai tidbits, can approach you?
Of course, of course, of course. Because you see, Singapore, when we go travel, apart from seeing sceneries, food has always been important part when people travel. So when we
Mm,
go travel, of course, scenery right now, so we have no choice. We can't fly. So
mm,
why not let's take some foods to cheer us up at least. Mm.
nice idea. Maybe I will bring in some Thai tidbits to sell.
Perfect, perfect. No problem. We can help you to distribute. We can help you to distribute.
That's a nice, yeah, business idea. I
Mm.
didn't know about that. All right. So, do you think people will start to travel soon when restrictions are lifted? I mean, when Singapore say, okay, you can now travel out, or other country are starting to accept you. Do you think people will straight away start to fly in, or do you think will they maybe wait for a few months to 1 year to travel?
Mm, it really depends. It's tough to say such a thing.
Mm,
Why I say that? Firstly, we have no idea what the restrictions of both countries' government would be.
mm,
Would that all with the restrictions coming up, would that defer people from traveling so fast? It might, but I'm sure if there is places like in Malaysia, for Thailand, in Indonesia, would definitely should be able to recover first. Why I would say that is because these destinations are more for short holidays, and most of
mm,
us probably would have already maxed out our leave, I'm
yeah.
so it's not that we don't want to even despite us having our leave all fully utilized, or we are now even taking unpaid leave, we
Mm,
still need a break. So they will watch the destination that they visit, and they also watch their spendings lah. So would people travel fast? I think they would for short holiday, but how soon would then depend on what are the restrictions both the country would be you know requiring from the travelers. Hmm.
yeah. Actually, for myself, I also think agree with you. that short haul travel will be very popular for Singaporeans because
Mm,
unlike, I mean, for Singaporeans, unlike people staying in Malaysia or Thailand, I mean, they can easily do domestic travel and move around within their country. But in Singapore,
fair.
we have nowhere to go, right?
Pulau Ubin. Said Pulau Ubin St. John's.
Yeah, so that's why I think short haul traveler will be very popular for Singaporeans when
Mm,
everything reopens. Yeah,
definitely.
and of course I think Malaysia and Thailand, what you mentioned, will be a very popular destination when
Mm,
we are able to go over.
yes,
Mm,
yes. And Thai people are so friendly, so we
yeah.
love the food there, especially the massage.
Mm,
So if you ask me, would people traveling? Definitely. If there's no restriction, you see everybody will be taking the next flight up already.
true, true, true. Yeah, in fact,
Mm.
next Tuesday we are also inviting Let's Relax Spa on our platform
Wow.
to talk about the new measures because I think it's a big concern for a lot of people like travelers like us because usually I mean, some we have different preferences. Some
Mm.
prefer to go to high-end massage spas. Some prefer to go mid-range like Let's Relax. Some prefer to go super budget. So if people go to super budget, I think the hygiene-wise will be an issue.
Mm.
Yeah, so I think it's good to hear from the experts themselves, people like Lex Relax, how are they really going to deal with the new customers, the new massage, and so on. Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, Tuesday we are bringing them on to discuss more.
Are they going to show us how to do the Thai massage tactics or something like that?
Not really, but yeah, I think we can do something with them in future to maybe show
Mm.
people if we still can't travel, at least we can massage for by ourselves or what with our family members.
Yes, 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 yes. That would be very nice.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. All right. Okay. So let's move on to the new normal for tour group travels. Yeah, and I'll be flashing a simple slide, and maybe you can talk about it point to point.
Sure,
Right.
sure,
Let me
sure.
prepare the screen.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Wait, hold on. Some technical errors. Okay. Okay, let's talk about the new normal for tour group travels. Yeah, maybe from you you can talk about like the pre-tour. Maybe can we start with pre-tour? What do you think?
Well, for pre-tour, basically, do hope, travel agent, basically one of our main concern for our customers, regardless of where you go, is your safety. So
Hmm.
do hope that travel insurance that do cover, the COVID, have COVID coverage should be made compulsory. I do hope that, and when you end, because there are times where passengers do travel, they go like, okay, I'm just going to Malaysia, I'm just going to Thailand, I don't want to buy a travel insurance, so if they can
Hmm.
buy themselves a travel agent, not to cover them for the wrong reasons, but should they need it, they are able to get the medical help. I think that's what would be good for all the travelers going overseas.
Hmm.
And I would also assume sometimes they don't want to bring their expensive smartphone along when they go for their holiday. They're afraid that someone might have pickpocketed it or they might have dropped it somewhere. So I do hope that the new norm would be passengers at least bringing a second-hand smartphone to assist
Hmm.
to download the contact tracing app if that country does have, so that
Hmm.
should there be anything, right, they don't have to be so fearful. Both the governments would be able to do, oh, this person was at that shopping mall, was at had a case, we should highlight to the government or something like that. I think that would really help us a lot. And
Mm.
the passengers, apart from bringing whatever typical clothing they have, they will probably bring a few pieces of face mask and sanitizer now for when they do travel. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Hmm.
whenever the tourists go to a certain place, I'm sure the travel agent will make sure that that place is like well equipped to manage all these new requirements like
Oh,
temperature
definitely.
taking and all that.
Yes. It will.
Mm.
We will definitely do that. To make sure the customer safeties are being taken care of. Definitely. Hmm.
Yeah, because yeah, from my perspective, I also think that when people start to travel, I think such requirements will be the new norm. A lot of them will be finding out if maybe this hotel or this restaurant are implementing such thing to ensure that everything is clean and neat and
Oh,
hygienic. Yeah, so I think
definitely.
yeah, hmm, that's
Well,
definitely a new thing.
like the new norm will also probably because of all these things, the new norm will
Hmm,
also probably affect the way you travel. Not
hmm,
some, of course, like I mentioned earlier, your parents would probably love to go, or some tourists, they love to go many places in a day. But now, when you go to like a theme park, you're gonna take temperature, doing what,
hmm,
contact tracing, filling up
yeah,
forms. Even though you might not have a smartphone, and they make you fill in all these forms, that have you been to certain places, something like, they might, you see. So this will
hmm,
definitely slow you down, and that will definitely create queues within, just to enter theme parks, or even
hmm,
shopping malls, because they want social distancing to happen. So they might also restrict numbers of people within the building itself at one go. So in the past, you probably can visit like maybe 3 4 places in a day, but now probably you can just go down to two. And
hmm,
we also must expect, we have to queue longer for meals. So instead of like giving a 5 minutes thing, that's why I say a travel agent probably would be a better choice. Not because I'm a travel agent by
hmm.
profession, but because we are able to contact, okay, this restaurant, can we book in advance. A free and
Mm,
easy customers might not know the restaurants that well. You can find out all this information from the web itself, but there are some businesses that just doesn't have a website. Say for example, when we go overseas, we just love to eat local food. We're not going like to
mm,
go there just to eat Ding Tai Fung, or some international brand. So all these locals one, they might not have a website. The person picking up the phone might not understand or be fluent in English to understand your reservation. So with us, of course we can't speak Thai, but we are working with people. Our partners there are able to go over, if they need to drive down to that local store, just to make
mm,
an appointment for us, make sure the desk, the party of five is, the table is set there, things like that. We can do that for you, you see. And that would make your trip wonderful.
yeah. In fact, if places like theme parks, if I mean if they have a working relationship with travel agency, by maybe they can. I mean, travel agency can collate all these. I
Yes.
mean their particulars and so on. Maybe they can do a group scanning. I think it will
Oh,
also
yes,
help
yes.
to
Uh,
quicken the process.
yes. Fast lane. I mean, it's something like what you mentioned. There's a fast lane. I mean, in
Mm,
pre-COVID time, we have like those group tickets where we enter from another queue.
yeah.
So they're like, okay,
Mm,
they just enter faster, not like they have to scan
mm,
every single QR code of theirs. But of
yeah.
course,
Yeah.
with the COVID going on, we're also able to, discuss with them way in advance so that it's almost to be contactless. I think that's what
True, true,
one of
true.
what people are looking for nowadays.
Yeah, correct,
Mm.
correct. Right. Then now we move on to the tour itself.
Mm.
Yeah, maybe you can explain more.
When the tour itself, we will conduct. We have to, for the safety of all our passengers, we will have vehicles would be equipped with thermometer, face mask, and
Mm,
of course sanitizer. Should any of our customers, require to do the topping up, and of course we will then also try to space out. We will do our best to space out families that they can still be together, but have a little bit of a distance to the next family. Of course, then there are people who might have to sit closer towards the end of the vehicle lah. But normally, such seats we will try not to let the seniors take seat because it is tough for
mm,
them to walk and up and down the vehicle itself.
coach.
And yeah, which like I mentioned earlier, because now we are taking more temperature itself. Of course, that might affect our tour time and even entry time. So even like tours itself, basically we are even coming out with initiative. Every morning we will try to check the passengers' temperature just before we
Mm-hmm.
depart. So, of course, should you have fever in the middle of the day, that's a separate story lah. But before you depart, we will check your temperature, and if there's you do have a temperature going on, I think our primary concern is basically, how can we bring you to the I mean, let the group depart and have someone service the patient or the customers who basically have a temperature, bringing them to the hospital or another place to rest to see do they need
Mm,
treatment of any sort, should there any be required, you see. So those are the things
okay.
typically during the travel, I mean pre-COVID, you don't go test everybody's temperature every day and
Mm,
people will say what you're trying to do, but now should you do that, people don't mind. So those are one of the new norms, I think. Our customers will be able to understand and accept it, you see.
true, true,
Mm,
true.
yes.
But
And
in terms of the, yeah,
oh, sorry, and
Marshall,
I
go
was
ahead.
saying, no, like previous time, where if our guide were to wear a mask on board the coach, people would think that, hey, are you feeling sick or what? Why are you wearing a mask? So now with us wearing a mask, typically like for Taiwan, they wear masks. So you won't feel that, oh, the guide is trying to be funny. It's just for the safetiness of our passengers, which I think would also be one of the new norms moving forward lah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But in terms of
Mm.
the coach wise, you won't be able to seat as many customers anymore, right? Because there will be like social distancing on
Oh
board.
yes.
So maybe you need to book more buses for just one tour group kind of thing.
Well, the group size will, I think, the group size will naturally be much smaller compared
Mm,
to previous.
to last
Uh,
time.
just like what you mentioned on one of your shows earlier, I think the airlines will also not have so many passengers on board uh,
Mm,
the plane itself. So naturally, our group size would be smaller at each time itself. So
mm,
uh, I really don't think that the social distancing on board a vehicle would then be of much of an issue.
okay, true, true. Yeah. All right. So next we'll be talking about food. Oh yeah.
Yes, no more buffet. Oh my God, that's one of my saddest things. I mean, I'm a buffet lover, but it will be bento style. So, well, I think maybe a la carte buffet would suddenly, and a lot of dishwashing for for the restaurants. But
Yeah.
one of the things that I'm more concerned is like the those local foods, they're
Mm,
very tough for them to do packaging, and I'm not too sure whether with this new norm, how would customers, some of the places where they serve great food, local food,
Mm.
the cleanliness of the place, it's not the best of the world so
Mm.
would people still go there? It's something that you question because some of the lanes, social distancing is almost impossible. If they
Mm.
distance themselves too far, they will probably be on the road that it's very dangerous for Thailand.
Yeah. In fact, we spoke to our hotel friends from Onyx Hospitality as well. He also mentioned that in the new norm there will not be any more buffet and it will
Mm,
mainly be a la carte. Yeah, I think that is something we have to accept. I mean, it can be a good thing also because a lot of times buffet might not be the served warm when it should be. But if we go to a la carte style, then maybe things will be fresher,
oh,
perhaps.
true, 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 true.
Yeah.
Mm. But
Then
we
I think
can't.
in terms of
But we can't get some of the free. I mean, like I'm a sashimi lover. I just can't pick more of the sashimi. You see?
oh, true. You are limited to what they give you.
Yes, 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 yes. Sorry, you were saying earlier.
Yeah, I was saying that in terms of local food, I think for Thailand it is still alright because when they had the lockdown, right, a lot of shops are forced to do delivery. So in fact, a lot of them have already been accustomed to do delivery with nice packaging and so on. So I think if I mean local restaurants and all that, they are able to cater to that. Of course, if you are talking about local street food, then that will be another story lah. Yeah,
Mm.
but if local restaurant, smaller size, I think they can still cater to tour groups easily lah. Because since they are really well equipped and well trained during the lockdown.
Mm,
Yeah.
true. But we love street food
Okay.
lah.
Yeah. True.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah, I think tour group also visit a lot of shows and performance, right?
Yes, yes.
What do you think will be the changes?
So the airline tickets, which probably will be more expensive, I think some of the
Mm.
performance shows would also have their ticket prices might probably have to increase due to they have to really space out the number of audience they can accept at one
Mm.
given time. So but it, it's difficult to say because it's an enclosed environment. Unlike
Yeah.
unless the show is a open air, then
Mm.
that would be a different story.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm,
Okay, for the audience, if you have any comments on your views, you want to voice out your views, you can also comment in the comment box below. So yeah, this is basically what we feel will be the new norm when you travel with like tour agencies in the future. Okay, we have some comments. Maybe we go to the comments now. Okay, let's see. Okay, we have comment from Leonard. I won't be traveling anywhere anytime soon, only within Thailand. Oh, so you will travel to Thailand. A lot of Thai lovers here. Thai
mm.
fans. Oh, from Eddie, will there be a limit to the size of group from now on?
Well, yes and no. It really depends on the places of interest that we go to.
Mm,
Say for example, if it's basically for us to bring you to Bangkok itself, once you reach Bangkok, everyone would just go their own way. Someone to go shopping, someone to go massage for food. So, well, would there be a limit? Yes, there will be, but it's definitely much smaller compared to early. I mean, before the whole
mm,
COVID started. Yes, definitely.
okay. Then budget travel is going to be less possible from now on with all this. Yeah, there will be a lot of cost involved, right?
True, 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 true. Because well, the reason being, I would assume, is that now they are catering to a smaller group of people, and of course they would have, I mean, the cost will go up naturally, but whether
Mm,
budget travel will it totally disappear or not, I doubt so, because businesses will be even more competitive during this period, when the whole situation first recover. Everyone would
mm,
like to compete, saying like, "Hey, come to me first," you see. So will budget
mm,
travel, so because of that, I doubt that budget travel really become less possible. It's just that probably you'll be even spoiled by choices to
mm.
travel, you see. So that's probably a good and a bad thing.
Yeah. From my end, I think, especially for Thailand, there are so many hotels. I
Mm,
think a lot of them won't be able to get a full capacity anytime soon. So I think there will be a lot of competition, like what you mentioned. A lot of them will
mm,
be throwing prices down for people to just come in.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Only
So
when the
maybe
market.
last time, mm, so maybe last time we can only, I mean, when we only chose 3-star hotel, now we can even stay 5-star at 3-star prices, maybe. Mm,
Probably. Yes, yes, probably so.
yeah. Right. So during this COVID period, right, are there any inquiries related to travels to Thailand,
Oh
Khao?
yes, there are, but the most of the questions are like one of the questions stated earlier. When can I travel? I I mean, my the guess your guess is as good as mine. Because
Mm,
Thailand has always been it's a known place for Singaporeans, especially one of our top
mm,
few destination must go place one. So they don't really ask us much about what do they what will they be seeing at certain places. Questions like these are quite limited nowadays lah. Most of the
mhm.
questions will be when's the next flight up to Thailand? Do I, don't need, can I avoid the 14 days? Which these are questions that are pretty tough for us to answer at the moment.
Yeah, true. But as tour agencies, right, do you get first-hand information when Singapore opens the market?
Uh, well, I don't think we will be not. It's called first hand. We will be
Mm,
very sensitive. I mean, we will always be looking out for news like this compared to
mm,
a normal consumer. So
yeah.
the airlines would inform us, but the time when they give us a circular, normally it will probably be at the same time or just like faster than the press by a few seconds. So I doubt
Okay.
we get first hand.
True, true. Yeah. Okay,
Mm.
then what are your new tour ideas for Thailand when restrictions are lifted? Are there any new tour ideas or new destinations?
Not really. I mean, we have places. We have actually before the COVID has started, we were introducing places like Khao. I mean, Khao, yeah, we have been selling it for long, and so it's nothing that we want to introduce. Not that we want to
Mm,
introduce. Need to introduce further. Khao is one of them, which we think that it's a very beautiful place. There's another place called on the northern part of Thailand, which is nearer to Laos. I think there's a place called Udon Thani, where they have
oh,
a pink lake, very nice. The lotus flower, all this, which I think a lot of Singaporeans have not visited that part of Thailand before. So we should go, and we also would like. We were actually thinking of, can we, rejuvenate Hap Jai? Hap Jai very long. Back when I was a kid, uh,
mm,
people would visit Bangkok and Hap Jai and Phuket, but it has been a long time since people revisited Hap Jai. We would like to, bring people back to Hap Jai for, short vacations. And I was told that place is very reasonably priced also.
mm. Yeah, I
Mm,
think Pattaya is. in fact more popular for Malaysians compared to Singaporeans because it's closer to Malaysia border. So I think that's
Yeah,
why they see higher numbers of Malaysians there.
they can just drive up there.
Yeah, true. And then you were
Yeah,
also mentioning about Udon Thani, right? Actually, like
yes.
last week or two weeks ago, we had this chef at home whereby we invite one of the popular and upcoming, I mean, the chef who is creating a scene in the Thai foodie industry,
Mm,
Chef Noom. So he's actually from Udon Thani. He has a very popular restaurant there in Udon Thani. So yeah, after that conversation, that series of Chef at Home, whereby he show us how to cook some local dish from Udon Thani, I think it sort of created. I mean, it made our viewers want to find out more about that place as well because a lot of Singaporeans don't even know about Udon Thani.
oh.
But of course, for us, we roughly know, and we usually will also like to recommend people to travel because Thailand is not just Bangkok and Pattaya. There are still so many places to see. Yeah.
So if you like street food, please visit Udon Thani.
Hmm.
The street food there is not only is it very authentic Thai, because the
Mm,
street food that probably you get in Bangkok, probably some of them has been so fusion,
mm,
have really changed to suit the tourists. Udon Thani one are very local. So if you want those authentic Thai one, Udon Thani is a must-go place for the food, and the prices there is very, 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 very affordable. Yeah,
yeah, true.
all there.
Yeah. So for our viewers, you see, Marshall, I have already recommended Udon Thani. Chef Noom from our Chef at Home series also recommend Udon Thani. So perhaps Udon Thani is the next place you should visit.
Mm, mm. Bring your
Mm,
parents along. They will love the Pink Lake. Wonderful place.
yep, yep. I also haven't been there before. I really want to go and take a look at the place
You
when
should.
we are able to
Eh,
travel.
You can even visit Laos should you want to do so. It's just across
Mm.
the Friendship Bridge.
Okay, okay.
Mm.
Okay, we have another question. Do you think higher end tour groups will become more trendy? Like people go for higher end hotels, higher end dining? Because I think in the past a lot of travelers prefer budget places, right? I mean, more affordable places. But since now with this COVID-19, will the trend move to a higher end business?
Mm. Well, for higher end wise, because like I mentioned earlier, those higher ends hotel, like you mentioned earlier, that they probably charge you at 3-star prices. So I'm sure
Mm,
everyone would say, it's a steal. Let's go for it.
mm,
Would that be the new trend? I would think so because it's so
mm,
much value for your money. You used to this posh hotel that, but paying for 3-star price. Definitely, why not? So whether will people suddenly want to fly business class instead of economy? I don't think so. But definitely for hotel, because with to put some perspective in it, in that with a better hotel, normally
mm,
their cleanliness would be more taken a care. They really put
true.
more effort in taking care of that. So with a 3-star hotel, it's not that they don't put so much specification on it, but not like 5-star hotel or the higher hotels where they really do better housekeeping lah, I would think naturally lah, to maintain their
Mm,
standard. So with these people would say, I hope that uh, they would do more thing and protect themselves from catching anything unknowingly. Mm.
yeah. For me, I feel that because for the past few years, I think Thailand has been seen as a budget destination. But in fact, for myself who visits Thailand so frequent, I feel that Thailand actually is no longer as budget as before. But in fact, with the amount of money you spend, you actually get very good value. Because like let's say for foodies who love fine dining, I mean if you eat fine dining in Singapore, it's very high cost. But
Mm,
with the same cost over in Thailand or lower, you I mean you pay lesser, but you get same or better quality. So I think Thailand is really moving towards the value for money destination. And then with this COVID-19, like what you say, perhaps it will really push people to really try out or experience the higher end luxury experience lah. Yeah.
true, true, true. I agree.
Mm-mm. Yeah. Oh, by the way, you still do tour groups to Bangkok, right? Do you? Or it's
Yes,
just
we do.
like stopover city?
No, normally for Bangkok, what do we
Mm,
do? It's kind of like a stopover city, but
mm,
like I mentioned, we love food. So Bangkok has one of the best, combination of food, Thai food
mm.
can
Yeah.
find in close proximity. So we normally would end the tour having at least 1 to 2 nights stay in Bangkok
Mm,
itself. So the passengers can catch up with the food they love, buy some souvenirs back for their loved ones and for their families, or
mm.
even go for a nice spa and massage. Yes. So
Yeah.
it's not. It should be like a stopover city. I would think so.
Yeah, true.
Mm.
Because a lot of free and easy travelers, they, from my understanding, every time I post something, when I post about Pratunam, oh, they will be very high, very interested. So just wondering if your top hotels for Thailand, is it also in Pratunam area, the shopping district?
Oh yes, yes.
Really?
It's so because you see, we I think because most of us are we grew up in a small city compared to our country
Mm,
is smaller than most city in the world. So
mm,
for us, a 20-minute MRT would be far. So we naturally would pick somewhere near a Patunam, like what you say, Patunam area, walking
mm,
distance, even though at 10 minutes walking distance, acceptable. But you make me take a MRT for 10 minutes, not acceptable for Singaporeans lah. For
mm,
Malaysians and other tourists, they can accept because their country or they are brought up in a different way. So the expectation is very different compared to us.
Because for
Mm,
myself, yeah, I have been recommending a lot of hotels in Pratunam, but at the same time, because for me, I feel that there's many different districts in Bangkok to explore, like Sukhumvit, Thonglor, or Silom area. So
yes.
usually, when there's new and nice hotels around, I will also recommend them to our followers. But do you see bookings of Singaporeans that are asking to stay elsewhere compared to Pratunam? Do you see that trend? No.
Not really, because you see,
Mm,
like I mentioned earlier, when we go there, we do shopping and we eat food.
mm,
So after, when you buy a lot of stuff from Thailand, you just don't want to be taking a public transport for the next 5 MRT stop, and then walk a distance back to your room. That is something most tourists don't fancy lah. So that's why they probably pick places where they will shop most of the time, and stay there. But Ceylon, all these
oh.
places where they are good, they have good food, they have great hotels, but
Mm,
shopping wise, it's not that fantastic. So that probably was one of the reasons why even for ourselves when we put our tours, we try not to
mm,
put them there unless it's necessary lah. When the hotels are really full or whatever, then we will move to somewhere.
oh.
Mm.
Okay. So that means when the tours are in Bangkok, you usually will give them free and easy time to explore on their own. So that means the tour bus will not be bringing them from point A to point B anymore.
Oh, so only during the free and easy days, we don't.
Mm,
But we will pick them up at the end of that means before they when they are heading to the airport. for their returning trips are out. The bus will be there, so we will make sure we'll take attendance and so on and so forth. But during those 2 days, they want their because we know Thailand well. We're like locals down there, Suddenly, some of them even know how to speak fluent Thai,
Yeah.
better than me, So it's like their hometown suddenly, and we go, okay, never mind. You have your fun. Go do whatever shopping, whatever street food you want. Please go. Just be safe, and we'll see you on which day, what time. That then, and everybody goes up. But of course, there are customers who requires our help or from the guide, saying that, oh, can you please recommend me to? I want to eat this local food. Can you bring me along? Can you bring me there, or can you write for me the address? Which our guide would definitely be. We should definitely do so. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, very interesting to know. Because myself, I don't remember going with a tour group to Thailand anytime recent. But my last trip was actually with Nam Ho to Taiwan, where I visited the different cities of Taiwan in 7 days. Wow, Taipei, Kaohsiung, I still got a lot. Can't remember. Yeah. Okay. So I think we have come to the end of Q&A session. Marshall, thank you so much for taking time off to join us to discuss about the new travel norm. And I think our viewers find this very informative and useful.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for everybody.
Yeah. Okay. I checked the comments. There are also no more comments. So it's almost 1 hour. Wow. Okay. We shall end this live session. So Marshall, thank you so much once again.
Thank you. Take care. Stay
Thank you.
safe.
See you soon.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye. Okay. So thank you so much for joining. If you have watched closely to our discussion, you will have heard that on Tuesday we will be doing a Q&A session with Let's Relax Spa to talk about the new massage norms. And so see you on Tuesday, same time, 9 p.m. Singapore time, 8 p.m. Thailand time. Right. Thank you so much for joining our live session and take care. See you soon. Bye bye.